Hey, what's up, Scott Balkum here with Imagination Creation Films, and I don't know, I don't even know if it's working now. Now it's, oh yeah, now it says it's working. It now says that I'm live streaming. That was the weirdest thing. So yeah, I talked for, what was that, 20 minutes of bad audio? That looks good. It says I'm live now, and now it appears as though I'm live. Yeah, so I feel like I'm live again. I feel like me. Let me pop out my chat so I can actually talk with everyone who was so patient enough to hang with it. Audio should be good now, right? We're back. We're happy. Everyone is alive, right? Yeah. Everything okay? Now, much better. Okay, good. I don't know what's going on. You know, it wouldn't be a Scott Balkum live stream if something wasn't going horribly wrong, if there weren't flames shooting out of every possible thing around here, just to keep me on edge and keep half of my live stream just about me just, doing technical support, just solving problems and working with things. Oh, hey, Kevin. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Bill. How is everyone? Man, that was, I would say it's embarrassing, but honestly, I should be really, really used to it by now. I don't know. I actually, I started that live stream like 3 more times, and it wouldn't pick up on YouTube. It was said I was streaming over here, but it wouldn't pick up. But hey, wonderful. So I'm back. I'm live streaming. It's Friday. I'm not even going to post those other ones. Those other intros. I mean, that would just be like, you know what? Let me. This is my impression of earlier. So hey, this is Scott Balkum. That's what it sounded. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I apologize, but honestly, y'all are probably used to it by now anyway. Oh, yes. If you can't make fun of yourself, get someone else to make fun of you. But yeah, we got stuff working now. Why did I say that? We've got the look. We got this GoPro out here. Look at that. Hey, you can see it. And I mean, earlier I walked. You know what? I'll just do it all again. Here comes my dog. Watch this. So I've got this GoPro. It's like right here. My dog, no, you're not going out. No, you're not going down. And it's right here. So I can now walk around and it's like you're enjoying the show again. This is a rerun live stream. Go lay down and don't mess with my tripod. Oh, man. That last time that my dog, see my dog? See him down there? He's hey, get away from the tripod. Last time the camera just started going like this because he was leaning up against it, and yeah, that's my boy. Hey, buddy, what's up? My big old dog. Here's his tail. His tail to knock everybody over. That's what my dog does. Yeah, I guess I paid a penalty for that bad live stream because I lost a subscriber. That's a tough penalty these days. If you do a bad live stream and you lose a subscriber right off the bat, why are you putting dog hair everywhere? That is not very thoughtful of you. His tail is swishing dog hair all over the place. Do you have audio on the second camera? Was my audio not working when I switched over to it? Is that working? It should be the same, right? Do you hear audio when I switched to that one? Did you hear audio when I switched over? It should be. Now you got me wondering. I'm not going to stop the live stream now. Rex, go lay down. Go on. The audio for the second camera should just be this audio. That's the way it's configured. But now you have me wondering. Audio input capture. Digital cam. Yeah, it should be the same. It did, but it was bad. Really? So right here, the audio is good. I'm going to switch over to the other one. This is bad audio right here. It doesn't sound good. Doesn't, oh, I see. Video capture device. There we go. Now is it good? Now does it sound right? Probably sounds right now. Right? Now does it sound better on the other one? It was doubled up, I'm guessing. Y'all just let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments. So my whole joke, man, that's sad. I had my whole my my amazing magic trick, whereby I got my Quasar shirt and I just peel off and put another one. Yeah, that would have been a good magic trick, wouldn't it? I would have thought so. Now it's better. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, we've got. I shouldn't have taken that nap. I really feel like I'm paying for it now that I took that nap, and it was an emergency nap. I was looking at Windows laptops, and that's the last I remember. The next thing I remember was getting up and looking at the clock and thinking, oh my God, I've got a live stream in like 12 minutes. Don't I look refreshed? Hey, Tim. Does the GoPro have sound? It could be causing phase shift interference. The GoPro does, and it was on, was the problem. I've now disabled it. I honestly, I just configured that device. So let me continue with my nap story, my emergency nap. So my emergency nap consisted of getting up, looking at Amazon real fast to see if my package was delivered, because UPS doesn't deliver packages like to my door anymore because they're lazy. They deliver them way out there in the field. So I saw that it was delivered, and so I ran out there real fast and got my new capture card, because these I got, it's weird. I'm trying to unplug here without damaging everything. So I got the Cam Link is what I've been using forever on excuse me, for the live streams, and then I have these are just generic Chinese HDMI captures. So these things work on Apple, but they don't seem to work on Windows. And I have two of these. And these were my B cams and my C cams. So I had to order another one of these, which they're twice the price, to see if that was going to fix my problem. And it does, because, hey, look, there's my GoPro over there. So, yeah. Hey, I've got some of these if you're an Apple user and you want. I can let these go real cheap. Let's see. Let's go to the question. Hey there, Abu. How's it going there, Scott? You know what? It's pretty pathetic over here right now. I feel like I'm just now getting started with my live stream after about 30 minutes of trial and error, which is, typical for the live stream around here. Laptops for editing vids, something like what a gamer would use work well. In fact, that's exactly the laptop that you should be looking for, because a content creator, or an editor, or anything working with video, you are looking for the same things that make high-end video games work well. So you need a fast processor, lots of memory, fast hard drive or SSD, and then a really high-end graphics card. The problem you come into, you're never going to get a true desktop replacement, because the power requirements to get a good, like, high-end graphics, like a RTX 2080 Ti, which is their latest high-end consumer graphics card. I have the 1080 Ti upstairs. Those pull something in the neighborhood of 250 watts, which is typically more than a high-end, high-powered laptop power supply would generate for the entire laptop. So you've got a lot of different things to consider. I will take all of you along on my journey as I purchase this laptop. I am waiting for my MacBook Pro to get back from service. I took it there yesterday. It should be back, I think, the end of next week. Then it'll be perfectly good as new then. So if anybody's looking for a 2017, I think, or 2018, it's not the current generation MacBook Pro. It's the one right before it, but it's still got the touch bar. It's got the big glass surface on it, but I'll be selling it soon. So, if anybody's interested in the MacBook Pro, I'll make a great deal to any of my subscribers. And then I also have my 2013 MacBook Pro, which is oddly, the CPU is faster than the 2017 or 2018 one, and the graphics card is slower, but it performs almost identically when editing footage and doing anything that I've been doing, which I find really interesting about Apple, why they would do that. You pulled the trigger on the 7-inch. Did you buy the one that I said? And did you use my link, Bill? Did you use my link when you bought it? Because, support Scott and all, But right now, the laptops that I'm looking for my main laptop is I'm a 2 laptop kind of guy, which is kind of a little first world problem, I guess. I have a small travel laptop that I usually carry around. That's when I'm traveling, but I'm not editing. And that one right now is just a MacBook, just one of the little thin, super, super thin MacBooks. And then I have my MacBook Pro for DIT work and remote editing, all that. So I'm moving to I think I'm going to get like a Surface Go, which is the little Microsoft, little tiny, thin touchpad thing. I'm going to get that for my little laptop. And then for the big laptop, I'm kind of in between this decision here. I don't know which exact laptop to get. I'm leaning towards the Razer Blade 15 with the RTX 2070 in it, or the Gigabyte 15X9. I think it's Gigabyte Aero 15X9 with also the 2070 video card in it. I've determined that the difference between the RTX 2070 Max Q and the 2080 Max Q is not worth the price, because the between the 2060, 2070, and 2080 laptop, because that's key there. The laptop video cards are designed for power efficiency, so they throttle themselves down. What happens is, when you get a 2080 or 2070 or 2060, you can't dissipate really any more heat than the 2060. So they end up throttling themselves almost to the point of the previous generation, or the next step down. So a 2080, when you're running it at full bore, starts to perform like a 2070 would have. So I'm looking at the 2070, because why spend the extra money on the 2080? On top of that, you also have, when you're editing, you're using both GPU, which is your video card, and CPU, which is your main processor. As it heats up, there's only so much dissipation the laptop can do. So it ends up robbing from each other, and then they all throttle down. So I'm trying to keep everything at a tick below the top of the line. That's a great purpose or question, Nabu. I don't know whose link I'm going to use, because that's a nice chunk of cash, and we can all look. That's funny. I don't know whose I'll use, but I'll use someone's. Some lucky person will get a happy link. The looks like the cost of that laptop is going to be about 22 and change, I think. And then the problem there is you can either order it from Amazon, in which case you're going to pay sales tax, or you can order it from mom and pop who happen to have a high-end laptop sitting in there. I never understood that, which then I worry about, okay, what if there's a problem with it, that kind of thing. And then I'll have to pay sales tax, but it's the daily struggles, first world problems that we have here. I was talking about this earlier. No one got the audio, so I guess I can talk about it again. Been working on my red build, trying to get it, very ergonomic and fast and efficient. And Bill, you never mentioned whether or not you used my link. Did you? So I got the side handle on the red now, which is great because now you can hold it nice and smooth. You can carry it any way you need. That's good. And I was tempted to put this NATO rail here, mount it to the side on this side because there's monitor mounts from this that go right here. And I thought, maybe I could mount it, but I'm a little afraid of just hanging it right there on those little tiny screws. So I found Small Rig. Small Rig has a aluminum side plate right here. It's a cheese plate that goes just over the SSD reader, and it mounts to the top and the bottom. So then and it has an airy rosette on it. So I'll just I've got the wooden camera. No, I do have the wooden camera handles actually. Those would actually work. I have both. Interesting. I didn't think about that. But I have the wooden. You know what? That is an interesting thing. Let me go over here because I have. I'm looking for this guy right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, just come off of there. Right. Yeah, good job. Yeah, no problems there. And then I'm looking for one more. I guess it's this guy. Yeah. So I could do that. That is a good. So Red doesn't. Jared makes these handles called GDU, Global Dynamics United, that mount here, and then they go forward, and then they have really nice wood grips, kind of like this, but a little bit. Oops. There we go. A little bit nicer than these wooden ones. They're a little bigger, and so you can mount these wooden handles up front. But this is the wooden camera shoulder mount kit that I have. This is the mid-size. This is the V2. They actually have a new V3 coming out, which actually looks pretty good. It's got telescoping NATO extensions here. But I could mount, since these are airy rosettes here, I could mount that to the airy rosette that's on the Small Rig here, and then I would be able to come out and down and actually use it just like the GDUs. That is an option. I did not think of that until now. I don't know why, but it's certainly cheaper. The Cowboy handles are about $750 a set. That's expensive. The Small Rig plate is like $89. That's cheap. And I have everything else. So I could take this guy off here. This is my little GH5 cage. Tim, are you watching? If you're watching, I don't have my tangent panels anymore. I used to. I wish I did, actually. I shouldn't have sold those. Yeah, so that will go like that. Let's see here. These are okay. They're 3-finger. I don't. Everything's 3-finger these days. So this This handle up here is 3 fingers. Can't get 4 in there. This handle is 4 fingers, which is great. I just need to reply. It's you know, I just do live texting. No, wish I still had them. So yeah, I think that's going to be worthwhile doing. I'm gonna investigate getting the small rig, because small rig's little half plate for this side, I think it's actually cheaper too. I think it's like $80. But the left side one was like $85. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that, because these handles they're not light, but they sure, that would be really nice. I don't think these are standard airy dovetails though. I wonder if the wooden cameras are. That would, well, they are. These are the same. So yeah, we're gonna be giving that one a shot. What are you doing, dog? You see, I could mount just outward. Oh yeah, that's yeah. I think I'm solving my problem here. And these wooden cameras, these are the leather ones. They're actually pretty comfortable. I enjoy carrying that around. They're not as ergonomic as those wooden ones from GDU, but you know, pretty nice. You know what? It is time to light up a cigar. For those of you keeping track with the home game, this one is an Oliva Series V. These are actually one of my favorite cigars. This one is old too. This one is, I would say this one has probably been aged 10 years. Yeah, it could be between 8 and 10 years. These Olivas are, see, as soon as I pull out the cigar, the dog's like, oh no, you're smoking. Oh, no. No. These are the Oliva Series V bands right here. They're gold and brown. Really a nice cigar. Started to skip? Oh, it did, didn't it? And then it stopped. It looks okay. Yeah, the internet has been, so like last time when we were talking about it, it was both the internet and my laptop that were causing the problems. I got I've got the encoding going better now so that it doesn't skip. So any kind of skipping now is going to be likely from my internet. And there's still nothing I can do about that. It looks okay right now. So far so good. Bill, you didn't answer me. Bill, did you use my Amazon link when you ordered the monitor? Did you order that one? That one is really good. I think I'm at 144p just because the stream, when it skipped, it dropped down to try to compensate. Because right now, it shows I'm going up pretty good. Says I'm not really dropping. My bit rate's good. It's consistent. Yeah, I mean, it should be coming back. You didn't bill of all the things that I've done for you, and you can't even get me 12 cents. Shame on you. How'd your interviews go, or your commercial yesterday? Did it go well? We didn't get to chat after you did it. Let's see here. Let's see, the commercial, or not the commercial, the interview that I shot up in Dallas. When was that? was a month ago. That is done now. So as soon as I see it up on YouTube, I'll just I'll link it down here, and then y'all can watch it. I think it turned out actually pretty good. I enjoyed shooting that. It was a really fast shoot. It was 4 hours, 3 interviews, and B-roll in 4 hours, including setup. It was a tight one. I think the interviews came out really well. I really wanted to get some B-roll. That place was just too cool to get B-roll, but I got what I got. Woo-wee. Wow, that thing's still on? Forgot to turn that off. That's the overhead. Let's see here. What else is going on? Somebody had asked, I don't remember, I think it was Gerald had asked about filters. So I'm going to be working on a filter video for the channel. So I got a bunch of more filters, plus the ones that I have, to demonstrate the effect of the filters. I have so like the black super mists. So I've got a 1/16, and I've got a 1/4, and then I've got a half. So we'll be able to show the difference between them, as well as how to match the right filter to the focal length, because your filter strength has to adjust based on your focal length. So we'll be doing that in a video. It'll probably be a couple of weeks before that one comes out. But people asked, I'm happy to provide. Also, next week's video will be on codecs. Not, it was the guy from I think Finland that was on here. He had asked me to do on codecs, and I was going to dive into it. I learned that there was probably 10 times more information that I didn't know about codecs, to the point where I was getting glazed over. And then I realized none of that really matters to most people. So I'm going to do codecs, but I'm going to do codecs for maximizing YouTube. And the reason I'm going to do that is there's a lot of people that do that video that say, here's the best way to upload for YouTube. And the thing with their videos, they're not wrong, but they're also not right. Theirs will get a better quality up, but it won't get you the best quality up. And I, learning through friends of mine, have now learned what it is that gets you the highest quality out of YouTube that you possibly can. Because YouTube's got some funkiness about it. And if any of y'all saw that 8K Taquina video that we put out, I guess, a week or two ago, I guess a little over a week ago, that was done in that highest quality. And it really shows. We really wanted to show those lenses off as much as possible, and the Monstro. But how do you do that on YouTube? Well, there's a way. And so that's what next week's video is explaining the best way to get quality out of YouTube. Oh, it skipped again, didn't it? Man, I'm never going to win, am I? This whole time. So what is everybody working on, Abu? I haven't, well, I've talked to you online, but you haven't been on the live stream in a while. What are you working on up there in New York, right? I think you're in New York. And then Tim, I imagine you're just listening off in the distance. And Kevin, what's going on there? What are you up to? You're doing the SP50 Cinematography Challenge. That's live, by the way. I brought that one back up. I feel guilty, really bad about the SB50. So we got that. That was camera motivation. Part 1 was this week's challenge. And then next week's challenge, we're going to continue with camera motivation, because camera motivation really helps you sell your angles. Living in Malaysia. Oh, originally from New York. Okay, that's right. I knew New York was in there somewhere. Yeah, if you on YouTube compression, it's interesting that Premiere and so many places tell you, and even YouTube tells you, give them an H.264 and set it to this bit rate. But YouTube doesn't use H.264, and they don't use that bit rate. So you're feeding garbage in, garbage out is what they say, and it's alive and well on YouTube. So there's tricks to get the best out of it. Let's see here. I'm doing commercials for a few companies still. Project's nearly done. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm right there with you. I've got the 7 interviews that I was cutting down. I think I'm like that close to finalizing those. We're going back and forth, and just a quick blurb. A friend of mine friends of mine co-founded Frame.io. And I mean, I love my friends. They're great. I couldn't use Frame.io because of my slow internet at the time. Now that my internet is kind of stabilized, I started using Frame.io, and I got to tell you, wow. They're not paying me at all to say this, by the way. But if you are considering, if you're doing work where you need approvals, you need people's input on things, Frame.io is awesome for that. You upload a video, you send a link out, it's hidden, and then they could go in and comment. When they comment, it's right at the exact tag in the video. So at 1 minute and 22 seconds, frame 12, they say, you know what? I don't like the way that person walked in the background, cut that part out. They just type it in, and it tags it, and it sends it back to you, so you can go back and I mean, there's so much more that it does. But if you're not using Frame.io, give it a try. I have a code, but I don't know how to share it with. I mean, I share it on Facebook, and it gives you, I think, it gives you a discount and gives me a discount. I don't know, but I can't post it really on here. I don't know how that would work. But try Frame.io if you have client work that you need approvals on. It's kind of cool. But my friends, the Diamond Brothers, Jason and Josh, up in New York, they co-founded. I'm pretty sure they co-founded Frame.io, but give it a shot. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Bill, yeah. D4 Darius, yeah. His is good, but he's not right. He's not wrong, but he's not right. And I saw that one the other day, and that was the one that kind of triggered me. I got to use the word triggered. When I saw that one, and I had just gone through this whole ordeal, and I had to learn from like high-end industry professionals, which, you know, the first thing they do is laugh when you say the best of YouTube, but these are the people that know. So yeah, when I watched his, I'm like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. No. And yeah, so that's. But in fairness, not everything needs to be high quality either. I mean, if I was doing a vlog, I don't think I would need to upload it in the highest possible quality to YouTube. But you know, it just depends on what you're doing. And I like D4 Darius actually. I think I was subscribed to him when he had, I think, 1,200 subscribers. And he had reached out to me on something. I forget what it was. I think he commented on one of my videos, and he was just starting out as well as I. And we had a little conversation. And so I've been subscribed to him for a long time, and I love that guy. He's tall. He's really tall. When you meet him in person, you don't realize how tall. Well, of course, I'm tall too, but he's a lot taller than he looks on video. But I just love the way that he talks real, and that's kind of the way I try to do it here. Just talk real, but yeah, D4 Darius. Just putting one foot in front of the other. Hopefully, get back to shooting soon. Well, Kevin, that's how we do it every day. Every day I wake up and I go, how can I make some money today with video so that I can eat? I mean, that's how we do it. Cebu says, right, I once heard YouTubers show their Premiere export setting for YouTube with a bitrate of nearly, oh my God. I hope he was uploading at 360p. 10 megabits. Wow. Video is 4K, tons of edits. Wow. Wow. No, I'll give you a hint. If you're gonna upload in H.264 and you want high quality, set your bit rate to 200. That's where you're going to want to be if you're doing H.264, but you don't want to do H.264. Ooh. Yeah, that is fun. Yeah. So, yeah, but I mean, technically that person is not wrong. You can do it, and 10 will make it look better than 8, but they're not right either. That is the funniness of that. If you don't know, man, I'm kind of giving away my video. You have to watch my video anyway, and give it a thumbs up too when you watch it, because I'm giving away some of it now. If you don't know, YouTube used Flash, and then they dabbled with H.264 for a while. Then they went to VP9. VP9 is Google's compression, and it is like H.265, but it's more targeted, and it gains an additional 10% compression on top of what H.265 gives. But VP9, if you were to encode like a 3-minute 4K video on VP9, it would take a day if you had a really fast machine. They use really powerful systems to encode, and they can go a lot faster. But yeah, VP9, so you got to get it in a format that's closest to VP9 and that's better than VP9 as far as the quality, so that you provide a better quality input, then they compress from there. Because if you give them a less quality than what they're going to get, you're going to have compressed compression, which is horrible. Ugh. Bill Howard says, me too. But I don't know what you were saying me too to. Me too. Me too. Wow. I was dropping. I feel like a back to reality with the whole YouTube's just, that's interesting. I was dropping frames. What does it show here? I cannot read that. Wow, that is the most red. I got to put my old man glasses on. It is, yeah, it's reporting the same. Okay, so that's the same number there. My bit rate, it's hovering. Hey, Jamie. Scott, I finally tried some L glass like I told you. I rented it, didn't buy. And, well, all right. Let me tell you what you're going to say. You're going to say, you know what? I think it looked better, but it costs so much more, I don't think it does. Is that what you're going to say? Come on, tell me. Which L glass did you try? Oh, was that for that deal you were telling me about with the runners that you were going to you were going to be posted while a bunch of people ran by? Or was that way back? Yeah, because L glass. Yeah, this is the L glass I don't like right there. The 24 to 70 Mark II L glass. It's an expensive piece of glass for a mediocre look. Yeah, I just don't like it. And there's no other options. There are no other options for a 24 to 70. I looked at Sigma because I think I talked about that last time. The 1835 and the 50 to 100 look amazing. The Sigma has their 24 to 70, but it's noise or it's distortion. It's got a lot of distortion around the edges. The focus ring and the zoom are reversed, which is weird. I don't know how to feel about that. So yeah, you tried the 24 mil f1.4, the 16 to 35 too. Well, I bet you like the 16 to 35. That's a pretty nice piece of glass right there. And the Mark II on the 16 to 35 is far better than the Mark I of that. The 24 is nice. Yeah, what were your impressions there, Jamie? Are you you going to be joining the Cool Kids Glass Club? I saw what was it? I was at Maddie, whatever his name is, up there in Canada. He had that video the other day talking about Canon, and he's basically echoing what a lot of us have been saying for about 2 years, 3 years now. It's like Canon, they don't seem to get at all the video market. They don't at all. In fact, they had just announced that their sales were down 24% and were projecting that sales were going to be down the rest of the year as everyone is moving to their phones for photos. How many of y'all are taking all your photos from your phone? We do when we have it in our pocket and it's the only thing we have. Otherwise, we all have cameras, don't we? We all are buying it so that we can take photos and take nice quality videos that our phones can't. And whoever is in charge at Canon, you know what? I invite you, Canon, the person who's in charge of Canon imaging, I would love to interview you and just you politely ask, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? Because you are not accomplishing, you're not right. It's not, the market is not dead. It's changing, but it's not dead. In fact, I think it's actually getting quite energized. I see people that take photos with their phones, and then the next thing they do is they go out and they buy a mirrorless, and they want to take better photos because they take better photos. I would love to know what Canon's thinking. I don't get it. I want to try the Sigma 18 to 35. Well, that, right, my friend, is the best lens. I mean, it is by far my favorite of all my lenses. Well, it's my second favorite. My favorite is my 70 to 200 Canon L glass. This one, the 18 to 35, is such, ow, what was that? I feel like I got stabbed. Definitely my favorite lens. It's so sharp and so fast, dude. It's an f1.8. Oh yeah, the camera store. You talking about precision camera? Is that what you're talking about? I take 94.5% of my photos on my iPhone. Well, I mean, I take a ton on my iPhone. Don't get me wrong. But I don't go out and set up a time lapse on my iPhone. I mean, I have when I've had it with me, and I play it back, and I'm like, that's horrible. That's really bad, and it's true. It's really bad. Let's see. It only fits crop, I think, but I can dig it. The guy told me it's a 28 millimeter equivalent. Yes, the 18 to 35 is a Super 35 / APS-C sensor size. So it does have about a 1.5 to 1.6 modifier on your crop sensor. So it is still an 18 millimeter, but the effective focal length compared to 35, 18 times 1.5 would be 9 on top of it. So it's about a 27 to 29 is what it would be. So yeah, but it's so crispy. It's so nice. Yeah, I mean, it's a really sharp lens. And you remember how you like that bokeh? You like that blurriness? Have you been shooting with that 85? Come on, I gave you that 85. Have you been shooting with it? I gave you 85 or 50. What did I give you? I think it was the 85. I mean, you should be able to get some really nice stuff. That's a fast lens, right? So's the Sigma. It's fast. I wish it was stabilized. Dude, you're a young pup. You are your own stabilizer. What are you talking about? Us old guys, we're up there jittery Joes. We're like, hey, how's it going? I'm just trying to hold it. We're the ones that need the stabilizers. You young pups, you can handle your... There's nothing wrong with a little movement either. Everything doesn't have to be pretty. Everything doesn't have to be pretty. I've been working using these interviews that I've been editing. Been working with footage from an A7 III. I gotta say, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good camera, and I was wrong. I thought it was a crop sensor. It's a full frame, so it is. It's pretty nice. What I don't like about the A7 III is you can only shoot 30 frames a second in 4K. Well, how much fun is that? That's no fun at all. The GH5 does 60. GH5S does 60. The A7 III is really good, and in low light, it's really good. It's kind of stellar actually. And the output that my buddy when he was filming with it, he got really good pictures, and I was able to push quite a bit of grade into it. It's not bad at all. Haffy or Hafey Digital, love my A7 III. It was a huge step up from A65. Oh yeah, that I can tell you. That is absolutely true. I had an A60. What are they at now? Are they at A6700 or I either had an A60? I think I had an A6300, and it was nice, but it wasn't great. It was, and then I went to the RX100 Mark V, what are they at? Mark 7, Mark 6? Yeah, I had the 5, and those were about the same. The A7 III is kind of like the A7S2, but newer. And then you get, it's that downsampled 6K image that it's recording. So it's a 24 megapixel camera, and when it shoots video, it shoots 6K, and then it renders a 4K H.264 out of it. So it looks really good. Hafey, got it. I don't think I've ever talked to you. Where are you from? What's obviously you shoot with the A7 III. What do you like to shoot? What do you like to do? Jamie says that I would like a 4K 60 camera, but I'll wait until Canon makes one that is affordable. Well, don't hold your breath. They're not making anything. They just announced the lightest weight. Yeah, that was the one. It was the lightest weight 4K DSLR. Well, no one's making DSLRs hardly anymore. You've got the high-end Nikon that's the DSLR still, and then you've got Canon's DSLRs, and then they came out with the I guess the Rebel 3 as they're calling it, the EOS 250R. But when you shoot 4K on it, it is an APS-C sensor, okay? But when you shoot 4K, it crops to 2.63. That is hellacious crop. That is so uncool. And that's what Canon does. And you don't get dual pixel autofocus, so you lose all those extra features you were trying to get. I don't know what Canon's thinking. Oh, okay, show. Yeah, there we go. I have the RX100 Mark V as well. Great, easy camera. Don't shoot much video on it though. You know, I loved my RX100 V, and I had the little filter kit for the front that you stick on, and then you could twist lock a threaded ring. I think it was a 43 millimeter. So I have all these nice ND filters and everything for it. But unfortunately, the Pacific Ocean ate my RX100 Mark V. Yeah. And that was actually during the trip. So if you came over from CityCom, which thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me. You probably saw the intro video. That was my cinematography reel, I think, for 2018. That reel where some of that footage that was when I lost my RX100 Mark V. Well, I still have it, and I actually saved the footage. I was able to pull the SD card out and keep it from getting soaked. The RX100 Mark V will not power on. I've tried it a year later; it still won't do it. So it's officially done. Sadness. So yeah, from Las Vegas, I shoot a lot of unboxing or a lot of boxing, as well as tutorial content vlogs for my channel. Yeah, I found you from the Cinecon video. Yeah, I really appreciate Jordy. Jordy's a cool guy. And I shot him a message. Well, I mean, after he shouted me out, I messaged him and thanked him for doing that, because that was really cool and completely unnecessary, unexpected. But that's what I love about this community, this filmmaking community here, because people are not jerks, and that's the best part. Because, you know, Jordy is a huge fan and kind of like found his calling by watching Film Riot, and so he loves Film Riot. Film Riot, he just called out Jordy on his channel the other day as one of the channels to check out, because Film Riot loves what Jordy has done. And you find your calling and you do it, and you just go out there and you just keep doing it. I've kind of found my calling here on YouTube. I've got my professional, and I've got my YouTube side, and you just kind of find your own calling. And I love how nice the community is. Ryan's a super cool dude, and he shouted out Jordy, so that's really cool. Just like Grip Tips, Dave Donaldson, and I shout him out because he's a really nice guy, and that's this community. I love that. Bill says, I can do 8K time lapses in camera with the D850. Yes, you can. But how do you even pull focus when it's all backwards? I don't even get it. Nikon, what are you thinking? What do you have to like turn your hand upside down so that it's correct? I don't know. I used to shoot Nikon. My first digital DSLR was the D100 Nikon. So if you go way back, what was that, 2004, maybe 2005? That was a 6 megapixel DSLR, and I love that camera. Jamie wants a shout out. So if you don't know Jamie, Jameson Michael. He's been on the channel. Well, let's see. Yeah. We live streamed, yeah. Because I still haven't finished our spec commercial. But Jamie has Jameson Michael, Jamie Runs YouTube channel where he does running and lots of running. He's really into running, and I think he likes running. And yeah, check out Jamie. Jamie's a cool dude. He's in Austin. We've hung out. We need to hang out more. We need to go eat more tacos and shoot more stuff. But yeah, y'all go check out Jamie if you're into running, especially if you're into running. Jamie's got one of those creative eyes that remember I was telling on one of the live streams that people can see things right off the bat and get the perfect shot. Some people work at it and some people just can't. He's one of those that has one of those good eyes that just goes in there and goes, I'm gonna do this. And I see some of the moves that he does. Because he runs what he's doing his shoe reviews. He's doing them while they're running, and he's running with a gimbal, and he gets some really dramatic cinematic shots. It's really cool. He's really good at it. Oh yeah, Jamie doesn't shoot 4K. Jamie doesn't feel like he needs 4K. Hey, Bill Hertzing, how are you? Let's see how we're doing okay. I can live with 5% drop frames. That's not the end of the world. Let's see so if you like Jamie, but so Hayfee, you shoot boxing. So tell me about that. You like you like to do like small boxing matches. What kind of boxing and how do you like to shoot that? Because that would be a fun sport, I think, to shoot. Well, Jamie, they have these things called hard drives, and they cost money. But they're really useful. You should look into them. You don't need a whole lot of hard drives if you're going to shoot 4K. This would be my 4K starters kit. This is what you need, Jamie, to shoot 4K. You need a hard drive, and then you need to back that footage up on another hard drive. Let's put it right here. There we go. Yeah, so you'll have 2 copies of it. But since you're shooting in 4K, it's going to take twice as much. So you need to back that up too as well. And then if you want to shoot more than one video, you're going to need another hard drive, but you got to back that one up too. And then don't forget that you might want to shoot a third video, but you need to back that one up too. You need lots of hard drives. Come on, man, these things are cheap. These are 4 terabyte drives. These things are $100. Buy them and shoot 4K. You're better than that, Jamie. This is my travel bag. These are all 4 terabyte drives. When I go out in the nature adventure films and all that, this goes with me, and I offload all my footage every night to pair of drives. And so there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 16 terabytes there. There's a total of 32 terabytes there, but I use them in 16 terabyte chunks because I have a duplicate. Yeah, I buy Bill the WD. It's the Western Digital USB external drives. They're usually on sale for about 130 to 140 bucks. Those are the ones that I buy, and I shuck the drive out of them. I just take them apart, and no, you're not going out. No, lay down. No, nope. Mm-mm. And I shuck those drives, and I use those in my RAID arrays. Those are a really affordable way to get those are a really affordable way to get some good storage. Jamie wants to save money and shoot 240p at 15 frames a second. Well, Jamie, Abu has a great YouTube video that will teach you how to set your compression right, because 10 megabits is about right for that. Come on, Jamie. How many hard drives you got right now, Jamie? Come on, tell me. Well, and do you keep your stuff, Jamie? I mean, do you ever go back and look for clips that you've cut? Funny one, Jamie. The other day, I think your Instagram, you had posted my future ex-wife, and my wife, she saw that and she goes, "What, was Jamie married before?" And I had to explain the whole relationship there to her, but she thought you were married. You delete most things. Well, Jamie, you should. I mean, if you're not going to keep your footage, then export out a really, really high quality copy of your finished product, and then store that on 2 hard drives. Just go spend $200, buy 2 of those 4 terabyte drives, and label them 1A, 1B, and then copy them to both, and then put them in 2 different parts of your house, and then that way you'll always have them, because those drives are going to fail, by the way. How do I duplicate data? So I use software that man, my nose is itching, that duplicates the videos. So I forget the name of it. On Windows it's Shotput Pro, but on Mac it is wow, I cannot remember the name of it. But it's a piece of software. It's on the tip. Somebody's going to type it in there, but it's pretty affordable. It's like $100. But you basically you tell it, this is the source and these 2 are the destinations. So I put in my red mag and I say copy it to the 2 hard drives, and it will actually bit for bit copy it, and then it verifies it with checksums, make sure that it's writing each packet as it writes it. And then that way you have 2 duplicate copies bit for bit of it. And so that's how I get it done, because if you copy it to one and then copy it to the other, you are relying on that one to be accurate and then the other one to be accurate, and you'd rather get it from the original. Little Caesar's Pizza. You know, it's not $5, it's $6 now, isn't it? And it's okay. Little Caesar's is pretty bland pizza. The best pizza is home slice. Best pizza is home slice. It's so good. So good. Jamie, we need to go to Home Slice. Have you been to Home Slice? I need to take you to Home Slice. Get you my Scott Balkum patented pizza. It's so good. So good. Let's see here. What else is going on out there? I've been live streaming solidly for an hour now. Hey Jamie, did you see? Look, I got the other cameras working in the studio. Wow, who's that creepy dude? Yeah, that's what I should do. I should set him up a little bit. Well, he doesn't. That's probably not good, actually. He's got his hand up. He could be an armpit model. He is. Did that dim? That was weird. So let's see what else is going on. Let's see. I had to do, that was kind of a funny one. The other day, one of my clients came to me and said, hey, I've got this video from 5 years ago that I need cut up into a 15-second YouTube ad. And I need it like tomorrow. I said, okay. It. I looked at it. The video was in 720p. It was the very best that they had, so I cut it up, and it was a fun one. Went back and forth, but I did my David Attenborough uh, voice on it. Here we see a very important day. So, because they wanted an English accent, so I gave them an English accent in David Attenborough. They liked it. So, yeah, that one's out there making the rounds. I almost did, Bill. Bill said I need to have him stand outside your window. I almost did. If you see, I got the light back behind the. That is not the light I wanted, but I just put one of the lights back there just to give it a little more flavor again. I got the tree. Hey, Tyler. Tyler enjoyed some home slice pizza. Tell Jamie how good that home slice pizza is. But yeah, I was going to put him behind there, and I was getting so frustrated back there because it's really tight. It's only about 2 feet back there, and I've got a plant, as you can see right there, and I got light stands, and it's really kind of it's tough to be back there. What am I looking at? Oh, okay. I was looking at, wow, you can't even see him. So going to be finishing up this guy too. Been meaning to. So, getting back to puppetry in the channel. This one is going to be my puppet DP. Hey, how's it going? He is his name. Well, I don't want to give out his name yet, but he's got a name, and he's going to be the puppet DP. So when I'm doing my, that's what I didn't plug in with those side lights. That's why it doesn't look right. I need just like one master switch. I turn on the master switch and all the lights come on. That'd be nice, but I have power running everywhere because I have to, I've got lights everywhere. The vid you shared yesterday was hilarious. Yeah, Bill, that was that was 2 years ago, I believe it was, when I made that one. Back when Premiere was crashing like crazy. It's better now, but it needs to make its rounds again. Yeah, Bill, I could have or Bill Hertzing. I could put him on the slider and just have him kind of go back and forth. Master switch hooked to the clapper. Yeah, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good because like right now, I've got these two lights right here. You can see them. Yeah, those are all on the power that's right here on this table, which my monitor's right here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, you can kind of see. So there's power right here, and then there's my monitor right here, and then there's my PC down there that is doing all of that work. And then you can see there's a light. There's these two lights right here, and then there's this light. This one right here. That's a quasar up there. That's getting my hair light. And then let's see. There's, let me plug those in. I can't. I plugged in my. Oh, yes, I can. Let me plug those in. Because I like my my firewall. Firewall. I made a joke. Not a very good joke, but are really any of my jokes really that good anyway? There we go. Now we got the firewall going. I just feel like it gives it that little extra flair, a little ambiance that just makes it feel special. So you can kind of, there we go. So now when I switch back, there we go. Now we got the fire ding right there. So where I was going with that, Bill, is no, I don't think the clapper would work because if I then the PC would shut down instantly. Done with the storms for a while. That's good, man. We were getting so much rain. Ooh, what was that? That's not good. Let's pull that back. I need to fix that because I just snagged that with my foot. I like to have all my wiring all nice and neat so that I can take my table and just drive it around everywhere. But at the moment, I just kicked one of the wires out. So if you have the clapper, you wouldn't need a master switch. Just hook it up to each system. Yeah, but, what happens if you sneeze? I really feel like a sneeze would make the clapper go off. And what happens when the clapper commercial comes on? These are things we need to consider when we're thinking about these things. Let's see here. What else is going on? So I've got video coming out next week. We got the new SB50 Cinematography Challenge for week 13 coming out next week. Bill, we need to do some reviews on the videos on the SB50 Cinematography Challenge because I feel like that's at least half of the challenge is people getting feedback on their stuff. So we need to sit down and do that. More rain in Dallas tonight. Yeah, my buddy has been chasing the tornadoes up northwest of Dallas. They had some of their footage on Weather Channel the other day. I want to chase in my van. I really like the storms, but they broke their windshield chasing the storms. So I'm not really sure if my van is the best choice. But, I got to try it at least once. So the videos for next week, and then I now have the two commercials that I shot for a client. I need to edit those. Those are due in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then I'm going to LA for City Gear. When is that? That is, when is that? That's in, was it the 10th? That's in 20 days, so that's in 3 weeks. So that, I'll be gone for, like a weekend. Won't be that bad, but what are some videos y'all would like to see on the channel? What kind of things can I do for all of you that y'all would like to have on here? I had a few ideas written down. Oh, would anybody be interested in a T-shirt? Buying a T-shirt? Maybe I'll give them away every once in a while, but would anybody actually be interested in purchasing a T-shirt? I don't know what I'd put on it yet, but it would definitely be something creative and not necessarily, it's not going to be like Imagination Creation Films or anything like that. It'd be more like the outro, but the outro doesn't exactly work well on a T-shirt either. But would anybody be interested in buying a T-shirt? I don't know. I don't know whether to offer them or not. I'm not really one of those merch peddlers. Like, buy that merch. Got to get that merch. But if people like that and they want that, I'm not going to deny people, having the ability to have a cool shirt. So y'all let me know if y'all think that'd be a good idea. Just put it right there in the comments right there. Or if you're watching the live stream later, you can leave it in the comments there. Nose is itching. Why? Let's see. The Red's been doing really well. Been enjoying that. Let's see here. We got lots of people out there. They're all silent. I know some of you are probably just in the back, just going, oh, I'm not going to say a word. 5:30, man, it's perfect for a margarita. I could really go for a margarita right now. All right, who's got questions? Come on, let's do some questions. Let's do some Q&A. Let's what are some what is this? What are some questions? Oh, wait a minute. Give me some questions. Come on, fire them off. What do you got? What would you like to know? And any subject doesn't matter. Cigars, whiskey, margaritas, cameras, cinematography, rechargeable batteries, reds, greens, blues, Canons, Panasonics, Sonys, you name it, iPhones. How many of y'all are on Windows versus Mac? I'm interested in what everybody does who uses Windows to get like the ecosystem of Apple. There's not really an ecosystem. You know, it used to be that I used to like iMessage everybody, and I found lately most people are using Facebook Messenger more than anything, so I don't think I'm going to miss that when switching to Windows. But yeah, I mean, what we got? Hey, more people joining. No one's saying anything. It's such a quiet live stream. The moment. Hey, Scott, love your show. Thank you. What advice would you give first-time filmmakers with regard to camera department? Do you think it is wise for a director to shoot his or her own film? Budget reasons. Absolutely. I would never tell someone not to do something. And I'll go down a couple of tangents on that. First off, it's very easy for you to tell yourself to not do something. You only need one reason to do it, and that's to do it. Just do it. So, first-time filmmakers with regard, it's very common. It's okay. I mean, you're trying to do it on a budget, and quite honestly, if you shoot it and it's horrible, it's still something that you've learned from and you put it out there, because as creatives, we'll hold on to something forever. We'll never put it out there because it's never done and we're never happy with it. Set a deadline, get it out, move along. So yeah, you should absolutely shoot it yourself if you have to. If it's a small production, you're being cheap and you need to do it, absolutely do it. And get it done, put it out there, move to the next project. And you're going to learn something every little bit along the way. I mean, sometimes you learn what not to do, but you did learn it. And that's important. The moment, good to see you. Kevin, when's your set of Vista ones coming in? Yeah. I have not ordered a set yet. I do want to talk to them about that, though. I do like them. Actually, what I'm really interested in, they have their Super 35 lens sets that they're coming out. They just launched their new 50 to 135, and that would be phenomenal in a Vista 1 type coating on there, because that would be equivalent to like these Sigmas in the size and the format. I would love one of those lenses in a Vista 1. That would be amazing. But honestly, there's one set of Vista 1s in the world right now. So, and I know 3 of them are on the East Coast. I don't know where the other 3 are. And then all of them are going to be in LA very shortly for Cinegear. All right, Bill says, in the past, we've talked about your favorite directors, and earlier tonight, we talked about Darius Britt on YouTube. Any favorite YouTubes? Aiden Robbins, others. So, YouTubers that I watch regularly, D4, I watch D4 Darius. I do watch Indie Mogul now because my buddy's running it. I like it. Ted Sim, you know Ted from Aperture. He's taken it over. I do watch Peter McKinnon, and I watch Maddie. That freaked me out. So I don't know if you saw. Remember earlier, that guy had his arm was up. Well, his arm fell down and his hand fell off. That was a little bit of an eye opener. Let's see. Who else do I watch? I watch what is it? YC Image up in New York. I watch YC Imaging. I think is he's does a lot of music videos. I like him. Let's see. Who else do I watch? There are some van lifers that I watch, just because it's funny to watch. It's funny to watch people who watch other channels. For like Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon has a very specific knowledge and the way he presents his techniques, and he shares those. And then I'll watch the van life community, like watches his channel, and then you'll see like a month later they're all doing the same things. So it's kind of funny to just kind of watch the wave go around. Plus, it's fun to see other people travel. Levi Allen, if you don't know who he is, go follow Levi. I love Levi. He is a fantastic guy out of Canada. Really, really an inspirational guy. I mean, just truly. Every time I get to sit down and talk with him, I leave so pumped and energized. He's just such a positive guy. It's awesome, and he's rebuilding his van right now. Cinecom, love Cinecom. I watched them for 2 years, I guess. I guess just about 2 years. I mean, he's been around for a while, but I've watched him regularly for 2 years. Film Riot, of course. I love Film Riot. Let's see, who else do I? There's a few. Let me. Bill asked if I watched the. Did I drop? Am I not live streaming? I'm live. Okay, reconnected. Okay. Bill Howard asked if I watched the guy that trolls van lifers. Yeah, you're talking about Dave 2D? Yes, I do. Dave is hilarious. Oh, okay. Well, Bill just said that it had dropped when I was talking. So, people that I watch D4 Darius. I watch YC Imaging up in New York. I watch Peter McKinnon. I watch Maddie, watch Film Riot, Cinecom, Grip Tips, like him, watch Indie Mogul, because of Ted Sim. The van lifers that I watch, I watched the matinees for a while, but they're kind of annoying. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't feel like, I feel like they're more like a pinball bouncing around a pinball machine rather than have a direction. I do like the nomadic movement. I also like to watch this guy. Everybody hates on him. That's what I was about to do, was look up my YouTube subscriptions to see all the people that I watch. Let's see here. Well, just give me the list. All. Okay, so Adam Krutinger, he's up in New York. He does puppetry and lots of it, and I really like to watch him. Let's see here. There's this guy Bill Howard. He does some interesting videos out there. I like to watch him. Cinecom, Corridor. I like Corridor Digital, Corridor Cast, and Corridor Crew. Mostly Corridor Crew. I like the behind the scenes stuff. I've loved Corridor Digital forever. Craft Show. I love Craft Show. They don't do much on YouTube as much anymore. They're so busy. Daniel DeArco is really good. Devin Supertramp. I love Devin. Let's see. Drew Jersey. Drew is like Mr. Time Lapse. He's out of Washington area, and I love him. Let's see here. I do watch DSLR Video Shooter from time to time. Dustin Farrell, I love him. He's the guy that does all of the Phantom videos. Eamon and Beck are a van life couple. Let's see, Filmmaker IQ, Flat Pack Effects, if you haven't done them. Grip Tips, Guga Foods, if you don't know who Guga is, he's the sous vide guy. He knows all about the sous vide stuff, and his food channel is really good. Let's see here, Indie Mogul, Jamieson Michael, yep. Let's see. Jesse Watson. Yeah. Jesse was in that Taquina video. Let's see here. Kiefer Sutherland. So if you love 24, Kiefer Sutherland is kind of like a country western singer now. But he does these funny videos out of his kitchen where he makes food, and he makes them kind of weird. So I enjoy watching the Kiefer videos. Levi Allen, Luke Searveld, he's I believe is in San Francisco. He does a lot of grip discussions. Maddie Hapoya, let's see here, No Film School. Nomadic Fanatic is the one that a lot of people don't like. He's a RVer basically, but I just I like to see things that people see. I subscribe to this guy Bill Hertzing. He does a lot of vlogs. He might be. Oh, there he is. He's in the channel. Let's see. Peter McKinnon, Potato Jet. That's a good one. Preston Canick, he's out of San Francisco. He doesn't do much anymore. He was doing a podcast for a while. He's really a super, super nice guy. Rocket Jump, I don't get to see much of them anymore. Scott DW, he doesn't really do much anymore. Shutterstock Tutorials, Simon Eisenbach, also really good. Let's see, The Bite Shot. I'm also really fascinated with urban exploration. There's a channel called The Proper People. If you haven't watched it, it's really interesting. I love like the ghost hunting stuff. It's always interesting to me. But just take the ghosts out of it and go to really old places and check them out. I really dig that. The Proper People. They have a motto. They take only pictures and leave only footprints. So they don't disturb anything. There's no vandalization. They don't steal anything. They just go in and kind of film it. And they've got some really cool stuff that they've gotten into. It's really wild. Let's see here. Tony Edwards. Yep. Tyler Gurrell. If you don't know Tyler, he's on here. He's got lots of good vlogs. Video Copilot. We Eat Together is a really good one. YC Imaging, and also the Yeti channel. So Yeti, the Yeti channel, they do like these little micro documentaries, just for fun, and they're really good. I enjoy them. There's Tony. I even mentioned Tony. I just mentioned you on the YouTube channels that I watch. Let's see here. Oh, there. I'm catching up with the thing now. This is Tony says, hello. Casey Roman, Babe Bus for Van Life. Craft Show, who mentioned you? Oh, yeah. Craft Show is cool. I really like them. The Bill Hertzing channel is really cool. Yep. Casey Neistat announced he's leaving New York City. Yeah, Bill and I were talking about that earlier. I'm going to laugh, but I would not be surprised if Casey Neistat has his studio in New York that he has right now, has it recreated in Los Angeles in his new place. Good Lord, how many lights do you need? How is your green screen going? Green screen's going good. There it is right there. Um, I haven't shot anything on the green screen yet because I'm waiting still for my final renders of my 3D virtual studio to come, but I'm not pushing on that because it's free work. I can't be pushy on that. Let's see here. I need lots of lights. Lights are great, Tony. There's practical lights. There's lights everywhere. I just love lights. Light bulbs are really fun. Proper People recently did a vid on our shutdown mall in Wilson, North Carolina. Was that the one that? So there was one where they went to it, and then some other guy went to it, and they are prosecuting the other guy. But I thought that was Cleveland that they did it. I don't know how they get away with when they put this up on YouTube, how they're not getting sued. The one they did the other day was absolutely amazing to me. They like to do like asylums, and they found this one asylum, and I think it's in New Jersey, but it was abandoned like 20 plus years ago. But the power is still on in the asylum. So they're like walking around, it's completely dilapidated, everything is like decayed, and the dentist chairs still work. There was a computer that was still running. It is wild. Not the same one, okay. The Movement says, I just seen the Cold War by Pawlowski. Have you seen it? Cinematography is really interesting, 4x3 by the amazing competition. I have not seen that one. Cold War. Write that down. Pawlowski. I'll have to. I don't mind. I don't mind 4x3. I mean, the framing or the screen format really just needs to tell the story. There is definitely a short film that I have that I want to shoot in 4x3 because I think it tells the story better. I mean, there's a time for CinemaScope and there's a time for 4x3. I mean, if you looked at, what was it, Interstellar? Interstellar had 3 different formats going on there depending on what they were doing. Also, what was that hotel one, the Wes Anderson one? That one had 3... it had 3 different ratios in there. And what's funny is that if someone didn't point it out to you, you would have never known because they do it so well. You never see it. The decorative lights. Yeah, Tony, these are just nice little decorative LED bulbs. I like them, but they allow me to show off just, nice looks. I just like, practicals and just keep everything busy. I do need a light over here, though. I don't have a light there. You know what I could do, though? Wonder what that would do. Sounds like it's raining. I wonder if it's raining. Let me go turn the light right here. There, how's that look? Did that change? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna do that from now on. And that way I turned on the, you can see the whole back wall, and now you can see back in the corner over here. Yeah, but decorative lights. There's lights, Tony, that you want to put in your set, the practicals. And the practical light is just a light that is just acting as a prop. Like, for instance, the lamp back here, my, can't really see it, but my backlit typewriter right here. Those are just practicals. And then the flame wall, I did that for one shoot. Grand Budapest Hotel. Yes, right, Bill. That is the one. That's a tad better. Okay. All the abandoned asylums are in New Jersey. Well, there's several in like Europe too. They went all over the place there. That is really interesting. So, Bill, which one? I saw 2. Bill Howard. I saw 2 of the Proper People ones of malls. One of them was like a new mall, and one of them was the one with the carousel. You mean vintage typewriters don't come with LED? No, they don't. See, the reason It was an add-on back in the turn of the century when you bought like a Royal mechanical typewriter. You know, you needed to be able to type at night, so you have a backlit LED blue uh, keyboard, and you know many people don't know that, but yeah, they were the inventors of the blue LED. Yeah, Royal typewriters. It's not true, not at all. So the lights take away the illusion of being in a room. That is true. That is true. I'll give you that one. I I can't. Well, but maybe it's just an interesting room. I think the puppet on the wall it takes away the illusion. Um, this is the one that had the active roses still open on the end. Okay, the mall closed down in 2012. Our only theaters just outside. Okay, so yeah, that was the one that I saw just recently, and they said it was active roses, but that uh, that the window wall that they said was active was graffitied and had all kinds of stickers up. So I thought it was maybe not active, but yeah, it's interesting. Funny story, my grandchild used to farm the land where the mall is when he was 14 years old with a mule. Wow. Um, I saw an interesting article where Amazon is buying up all these malls. And the reason is that they can use the square footage. So it's hard to find a large chunk of land that is like 100 acres in major metropolitan areas. And these malls are those chunks of land. So they buy the malls, they tear them down, and they put up distribution centers. And that allows them to get really close single day access or same day access to um, the customers in those cities. So those malls are they're prime. I mean, some companies buy up malls and turn them into their office buildings. It's a thing. I kind of miss malls. I liked the malls back in like the 90s, and I think the problem with malls is a twofold approach. Number one, if you stock your store, or if you stock your mall with nothing but high-end clothing stores, then people can't afford to go. They can't afford to buy. And so they'll go window shop and then buy on Amazon. However, if you stock your mall with budget and cheap stuff, then you don't, I don't want to say it the wrong way. I'm not, you get, I guess, I guess I would call them the Walmart people. That's what everybody likes to call them. The Walmart people will then go to the malls. And so you're trying to find that nice mix, and I don't know how you do it. I think the way you do it is you attract both the high and the low end sellers, and that way you can get kind of a nice amount. Because malls are just not doing very well because you can go to Amazon, import it directly from China, and then there you go. So I used to like malls. I used to like walking around and shopping in stores, but you know, all of them, they're just weird stores now. I go to malls now for shoes. I mean, because to buy shoes, you got to have the right size. So I like to go to a mall for that. Bill says, our company purchased a demanding shopping mall and converted it to a working office space. There you go. Check out what the company Rackspace did with their space. Yep. They they built a yeah, it's well, I've been in that mall. It's kind of impressive. You can actually almost see what stores used to be where. You can almost see they've done a good job converting it, but they actually put in a big slide. It was kind of fun. I got to ride the slide in the mall. You can't touch what you want to buy on Amazon. This is true, and I do like to shop that way. However, I am cheap just like everyone else. I'm not going to go and buy very expensive clothes. And I think it's a tough one. Brick and mortar stores are at a severe disadvantage because they're renting space from a landlord who has invested the money to build the mall, and they're paying a lot of money. The more people rent their space, the more they drive the price of the rent up. The more they drive the price of the rent up, the harder it is for a company to make money in there. So you really can't win. I think the shopping centers are just a repetition of each other. I think we need more unique stores in the areas of artisans, handcrafts. Well, I agree with that too. I definitely have a fondness for like old, like not tiny towns and not large towns, but mid-sized towns where they can have like a revitalized downtown, where you can have an assortment of those types of stores. I think that works really well. However, you start to run into the same problem of if you fix it up, then the rent goes up. If the rent goes up, you can't have the small boutique stores. It's really tough because you have the only way for it to work is if you bought the place. A lot of these small towns, all I see, they turn the whole town into an antique store. And I'm not interested in that. And it's kind of like a resale shop. And it's okay to visit, but it's not amazing. I like where they kind of revitalize the downtowns, but when they try to make money on it all, I mean, you can't win. I mean, they can win, but I mean, I guess it's a real problem because you can't do it. I've never seen it done that way. Scott, no, I really don't. I guess, no, that's not true. That's not true, Tony. I do have expensive clothes. What was this, this was maybe 7-8 years ago. I was making great money. I didn't have hardly any bills. We didn't spend much money. And there was a custom tailor in the building that I worked in. And so one day I said, you know what? I want a custom fitted shirt. I've never had a really nice dress shirt. So I went down there, he measured me. He had like 38 measurements that he did. We talked about fabrics. We did all this stuff. He told me the shirt's going to cost about $135. I thought, wow, that's expensive, but you know what? It's a custom one. But what he failed to do was tell me every single thing that he was doing to the shirt was charging me. So it took like 4 weeks to get the shirt in. When I got the shirt in, it looked amazing. It was great. I mean, it was down to every little detail. For instance, I wear a watch. And so when I wear a watch, he said, you know, if you wear a watch, let's make your left cuff 1/4 of an inch bigger in diameter than your right, because that'll fit your watch better. I was like, oh, these are genius things. So I got the shirt. It looks great. I got a monogram on it. It's a nice shirt. I'll wear it one day for the live stream. And then I got the bill, $275 for a dress shirt. It's a really nice dress shirt. That is the most expensive clothing that I have bought. Tony wants an imagination creation hat. Really, Tony? I was just talking about earlier that I was thinking about doing a t-shirt and wondering if anybody was interested in a t-shirt. And I had not thought about, I originally thought about selling the hats, but then I thought it would be really weird for Imagination Creation Films hats to be out there because they're not part of Imagination Creation Films. And I felt like people wouldn't be interested in those because it doesn't say anything. It doesn't give a message. It's like a representation, which, you know, I think is cool if you're a brand. You want your brand out there that way. But I thought it'd be weird. I wanted to do like a slogan and then make like shirts and hats that way, but I don't know. I'm interested in how many people would be interested in merchandise, because I don't I don't want to do it like everybody else is like, oh, I've got all of these shirts you can buy. But I mean, I kind of want to. I kind of want to create that movement. But I mean, if the movement doesn't start organically, it's kind of a fake movement. So I don't push it. I want it to just kind of be. So yeah, let's make it a challenge to wear one of your hats or T-shirt in a YouTube video. I kind of like that, Tony. I kind of like that. Yeah, Tony, I saw your podcast is doing really well. You're getting lots of downloads. That is really cool. I do it on 3 legs. That's an interesting thought. I could do that. That's yeah. Would y'all want? Would y'all want? Yeah. Yeah. Bill Hertzing and I we we throw we throw ideas back and forth. Well, I usually throw them at him and have him sane me or keep me sane on my ideas. I've been throwing around some slogans that are not, they're not branded to Imagination Creation Films, but they're creative and they're kind of like my mottos. And I was saying this earlier, like don't let your passion sit around your life, let your life sit around your passion. That would be a strange T-shirt because it's really long and people would have to stop to read it. But it's a great motto in my mind. Maybe I'm the only one that likes it, but it's those, just something simple that you can read or someone can say, and it just helps somebody smile. That's kind of where I want to go with them. So yeah, I think that. 25 times a second. You shooting 25? Is that the standard down there in Australia? I always find that interesting. I know why they do it I guess so. Because a lot of your stuff is based on the European standards, so 25 would be it. Interesting. Bill wore an Imagination Creation hat in my vlog to San Francisco. Did I not see that? Did I not see that one, Bill? Or which San Francisco one? Was that the one where you went to the beer fest, or was it the one? I have to go back and watch that. I have a few of those hats out there. I give them out periodically. I don't have a lot of them. I bought an assortment of hats to find out what kind of hats I liked, and this one I really like. The problem with this one is, well, honestly, the problem with all of them is they stain with sweat. So I'm a big guy, so I sweat. But they get that, like, I guess it's probably a salt residue that happens on there. And then they're kind of shot. You can't do anything with them. I like this hat a lot. I have 3 of these hats. One of them is all stained up. There's this one, which is only for my live streams and my videos. Hello, Gerald. Angela. Hi, Angela. Both times we went to San Francisco, we went to the beer fest. Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, y'all went, and we went to Yosemite. Y'all went to beer fest. That is true. That is true. Alex Stafford, only recently found your channel, man. Loving your content. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you joining the community, because that's what we are. How did you find my channel? I'm always interested in how people get to my channel. A lot of people came recently with the Cinecom shout out, which I appreciate. I don't know. I don't push my channel like a lot of I guess people who want to be like YouTube stars. They push their channels. I just want it to grow organically, which I love. So, okay, wait a minute. Yes, y'all went to Napa, but you also went to the beer fest, did you not? Well, wait. Now, yeah, see, now we're going down a total memory lane. So Angela and Bill, obviously, they have the same last name. They're married. Bill has been my buddy since 8th grade, and Angela is his lovely wife, and his wife Angela, my wife Cynthia. We're just kind of a couple of couples that just enjoy everyone together. Hey, speaking of my wife, you come over here and say hello. And she just came in from work. Come on over here and say hello. I'm on live stream. I got a group of people. Angela is even on the live stream. So if you come on, if you haven't met my wife, right there. This is my wife Cynthia, and she just got home from work. You know, it'd be great.
What?
A margarita. I can't leave the live stream. How rude would that be? But, oh, calm down, dog. He wants out now. But that's Cynthia. We all went to San Francisco with Bill and Angela. Gerald, how's it going? And Alex, do tell me how you found my channel. I am really super interested in that. Let's see here. We did. Okay. Yeah, you can make it. Here's my drink, my cup, if you want it. Angela says hi. Gerald, hopping in here tonight. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. Be sure to check out the SB50 Cinematography Challenge. That is true. Bill Howard and I are doing that SB50 Cinematography Challenge. So if you're new to the channel and you are new to filmmaking and you want to try to just, improve your skills, go to that SB50 Cinematography Challenge Facebook group. And join up. We issue a challenge every week. We did a kind of a hiatus of about 6 weeks, but we're back. And we're just kind of a small little community of people helping people. And there's a lot of you out there in this channel that are part of it, and we all appreciate it. But yeah, join that if you haven't. Bill says you can see our latest activity in my vlog from Sherwood Forest Fair. Yes, Bill has his vlog. You can find him on Bill Hertzing on YouTube. We were all camping together. That's true. You might find me in Bill's vlog, because usually when Bill's vlogging, I don't know that he's vlogging when I stick my head around the corner and he's vlogging and I ruin his shot. I do that a lot. That's just what people do. We ruin each other's shots. Let's see what else. Gerald says 3 property videos in 2 days. No more sleep for me for a while. I understand the feeling. It is. It's feast or famine in this industry. Alex says someone gave you a shout out. Trying to remember who it was. Was it Cinecom? Tony subscribes to you, Bill. Alex, was it Cinecom that gave me the shout out? Yeah. Jordy's a super nice guy, and we've been chatting for months and months with his Red, just kind of just basically me offering up anything that I could just kind of help him out, because I love when people venture into the Red world, and it's such a huge jump in the way that it works, but ultimately it's still filmmaking. So, it's a community thing. It's funny. I don't know who else would give me a shout. Alex, unless it was Tony. Tony's giving me shout outs. That's Tony's Australia, and he's a super nice guy. He's got vlogs, and his dog has a vlog. Well, he and his dog have a vlog. And then, which Tony, you haven't uploaded a video for that in a while. And then Tony does a podcast out there. So Tony gives shouts out to me, which I appreciate. Let's see here. Well, there's lots of people on today. Wow, it's busy, and the internet, air quotes, has settled down, and it's not dropping frames anymore. Tony's editing a podcast today, and I'm recording a YouTube about a 50 millimeter lens and another interview on Tuesday. Well, good. Keep busy, because that's what makes us happy, is we're just constantly pumping stuff out and keeping busy. And You're doing it a good and interesting way, because a lot of people don't think about that, is variety. You're kind of hitting all over the place and doing a multiple challenge. Ah, Alex is from Australia as well. There you go. Go check it out. Yep. So y'all must know each other. Australia is a really tiny little place, right? Oh yeah. Let's see. What else is going on? Man, I'm gonna have a new invigoration now, and I'm gonna have a margarita. It's gonna be great. I know. Do it. I'm waiting. Wow, what does that sound like? Let's see here. Are you? You can't see it, or she's making it. She's just. Well, see right up here. That's the kitchen. That's the little kitchenette. She'll be coming walking this way as she comes back and delivers me my delicious and fresh margarita. Man, now I'm going to want another cigar. One day I'm going to live stream from the hot tub. I think that'll be fun. I don't know if it will be, but I feel like I want to one day. And today would be a great day to be live streaming from the hot tub. It's cold outside. It is, it's 60 degrees outside, Fahrenheit. Tony says, yeah, we're all at a party the other day. Yum, yum. Ooh, limony. Bill Howard, I've successfully cleaned all of my gear while watching today's live stream. Well, no, Bill, you should be participating in the live stream, not concentrating on your gear, because it's really rude to sit there and work on gear while you're live streaming. Oh, wait. So, Bill, you back home now? You were all over these United States. Let's see here. Man, bit rate's doing good. Lots of people on. There's people on that aren't saying hello. I wonder if Angela's been one of those shadow people that just kind of watches and doesn't say anything. What is everybody doing tonight? It's Friday night. What is everybody doing? Well, I guess it's Saturday, I guess, technically, for Tony and Alex. What's everybody doing this evening? I am going to enjoy 3 margaritas and probably another cigar, probably some dinner, and probably the hot tub. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's in beer news. Shiner is now making a cherry limeade. No, I don't think so. I don't think I would. No. No, I don't think a cherry limeade beer would be a good thing. Let's see. Heading to Myrtle Beach, Charleston, and Columbia next week, and mixing in the short film on the Fireflies. Yep. So, are you shooting video, or are you going to be shooting photos? Because Bill, shooting video in a national park. Ooh, you can get lots of trouble for doing that. Just don't make money from it. You'll be fine. Can we talk about Endgame? Yep, I'm sure we can't, because everyone may have seen it, but someone will watch the live stream, and then they'll see comments about Endgame, and then it'll all be over, and then they'll unsubscribe, and I'll lose subscribers. We don't want to do that. Angela says, when she got home from work, I was on the big screen. Well, that's cool. I like to be on the big screen. Bill says, just kidding, no spoilers. Okay. Alex, please check out the podcast, The Enemy at Home, too. Yeah, do that. It's a good podcast. Very informative, very, very needed and helpful. Bill Howard says, Endgame wasn't as good as the money coming in, but it had to finish the story. Yeah. Video on getting the one shot. And as long as I don't have a crew at the national park, I can shoot the video. Kind of not. So just be warned, if your video shows up and gets popular, and you are making any money from it, from monetization or anything, you may get a nice letter from the government demanding a large fine. I know people who have had it, so just be careful. Now, oddly enough, it is perfectly legal to take photos in the national park for profit, but not video. I tell them that I'm shooting photos 24 at a time. I haven't gotten a letter yet. I will I will do that at some point. I may. Well, I guess if I get popular enough, maybe I will. But you just never know. I just telling you what all I have discovered about that, because I know people that shoot there professionally, and I know people that shoot there hidden, and I know people who've been caught, and they got caught 2 years later. So just be forewarned. I don't think, and I honestly don't know how they can really do that now, because like everybody's phones are taking videos now. Everybody's out there taking videos. They're all putting them on Instagram. They're all getting something for it. So I don't know how the national park, I mean, I get the reason. The reason they do it is so that someone doesn't show up with a 10-person crew setting up lights and getting in the way of anything. That would be a problem. And also, somebody will go out there and like shoot a bad video or something out there. It would just, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I shoot photos 24 at a time. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It would, I'm a photographer 24 times a second. Bill says, I actually had that very thing happen when I did an outdoors column on a national forest. It went on for 3 months before the supervisor finally got off of his high horse. Yep, you can shoot photos all day long, and you can sell them on national parks, and they don't care. And I don't know what it is. Why there was some like photography group or lobbyist that got an exemption specifically for photos. So I'm usually shooting time lapse in national parks, but sometimes I am shooting time lapses at 24 frames a second. Let's see, there's also there are national wildernesses. There's several things that you can't even shoot photos on. There's national forests. National forests, you can do whatever you want. National parks, you can't. National wilderness, I think you can't. In fact, it's a bigger fine in a national wilderness. Just thinking of your T-shirts, buddy. You just said it, and I just typed it out. I appreciate it. One article says the U.S. Forest Service requires a permit for any photography that uses models, sets, or props that are not part of the site's natural or cultural resources. That's true. U.S. Forest Service. So that, yeah, okay. Which means you can't go out there and shoot, I guess, portraits of your dog, I guess technically. You can't hold a workshop without going through the application process, though, limited based on how many people are involved. Yeah, well, Bill, that stemmed from Arches. And I completely agree with that one, because I got to tell you, man, when I was at Arches, the number of people that are out there, and when they do these workshops, it's like they own the place. They just pretend like they own it. There could be 50 people, and they just set up in front of the archways and block it all, and you can't take photos of it because there's 50 photographers in the way. So it's a bad thing. I would like, I don't know, it's a tough one. Government's tough. I would like to see more and more and more national parks. We have lots of BLM land, which I do like. And BLM land, there's lots of cool stuff on BLM land that you can go out and do. So I wish they would allow it under certain circumstances. I think what it should be is video or photography. As long as you don't take up any more space than a single tripod, then you should be allowed to video or photograph, and you can't use props. That's the way I would do it, because I was out there shooting on my trip back last year, and I had a smaller rig than I've seen many people out there with. Photography, they were using bounce cards, they were using all kinds of stuff. And I'm just a guy with a tripod and a camera. That's all I am. I wasn't blocking any paths. I set up in the least obtrusive manner. So like there'd be a path that goes along here and comes along here, and then the path would be kind of shaped like this. So I'd set up in that corner because people could walk by freely and not be an issue. That's the way I did it. Ansel Adams used to remove part of the scene he shot, really? Like he would go and modify it? That's not good. Same things happens here in Cape Hatteras National Seashore with the lighthouses. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. I did go to the National Park Indiana Dunes when I was in Chicago last month. Not impressed, really. Oh, that's the one that has just like a 40-foot sand dune that goes down into the Great Lakes. I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's not that impressive. And see, there's so many cool places in Texas to go visit. My biggest problem is the guilt. So when I go, and my wife is very supportive. You saw how smiley she was. She's very supportive of what I do, and she tells me all the time, go out, go shoot stuff, go take a trip, whatever. But I feel so guilty that she doesn't get to go with me, and I feel really bad about it. And so that's why I only take trips periodically, and I need to go do more. I need to be like you, Bill Howard. Just go out there and do it. Do like they did at the air show in San Antonio. You can bring all the equipment you can carry by hand. So that means no wagons or trolleys, right? Yeah, that's good. Gerald says, used to spend every summer at the Outer Banks. Alex says, I'm an 18-year-old at film school and also run my own small video production business. What's the best tip you can give me moving into the future? Best tip. I can't give you one. I can give you many. One of them I say over and over again is shoot something. Just constantly shoot something. Set a deadline. I'm going to go shoot this, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to put it out and put it out. Get it out of the way. Go shoot something else, and keep doing that repetitively. Because if you get stuck in the trying to make it perfect, then you'll never put it out. And so it's really important to constantly be working on something and putting it out, because even if you don't like it, you'll have learned something from it. And I personally enjoy, like on YouTube, going out and seeing somebody who does amazing things today and go back in their videos, go way, way back 8 years ago when they first started, and look what they did. And you realize that they started badly. They started not knowing what they were doing, and they learned along the way. And it gives you a great origin that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to put out bad stuff, because that's how we learn. So it's important to constantly work and put something out. Even if you don't think it's good enough, just do it and then move along. And you'll be better for it that way. And then find positive people. That's the best Well, I'll give you two advice. Find positive people. Don't allow yourself to be sucked into negative people. So there's negative people everywhere in the world. Don't get sucked into them. It's okay to be friends with them and talk to them, but don't let their negativity pull you down, because it will. It will drain you. So surround yourself with great positive people. Doesn't matter who they are, what they do, just as long as they're a positive person, then you'll be better for it. And then the last piece of advice, at the end of every one of my videos, I say the same thing, and that's don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. And what it means is, if you concentrate on living your life, you're concentrating on, I must do this for my life, I must have this house, I must have this car, I must have these 3.4 kids, I must have this spouse, I must have this and that. If you concentrate on that, your passions, the things that really make you happy, will never they'll never flourish. They'll never sprout, and they'll never make you truly as happy as you are. If you're a creative person, then the creativity is what makes you happy and what drives you. Happy. I keep saying happy, like Bill Murray would say it. So what I say is, chase your passion. Find what it is that you love to do. If you love hiking up mountains, then chase that, because life is going to happen anyway. Life will surround your passion. If you have a spouse, your spouse is going to, you're going to find a spouse. If you're looking for a spouse, you're going to find one if you're chasing your passion. You don't have to focus on finding a spouse. You don't have to focus on finding a career. Chase your passion. And you're young, and you can afford to eat Cheerios and afford to eat ramen. It's a great time for you to find that passion that makes you just makes you excited, and chase that. And life is going to happen anyway. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it, because you're still going to end up with a house. You're still going to end up with a spouse if you want one. You're going to end up with all those things, but you'll be happy because you're doing the thing that you love more than anything, which is your passion. There's an old phrase, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And it's so true. I got to tell you, when I quit my full-time job in computers and went to this, money went way down, but I've never been happier as far as satisfaction. I mean, I'm happy with my family. Don't misread that, but I'm so happy about, I'm so passionate about what I do. Bill says, Gerald, I'll be going back there soon, shooting another short. Other to keep lookout. Not everyone comes in with the skills and personality of Peter McKinnon. That's true. Peter's one of those that has the eye. You can just see it instantly. Alex, art is never finished, only abandoned. Leonardo da Vinci. That is very true. Bill Howard, Alex, get involved with our group. We stay pretty positive, and what Scott just said with his slogan is spot on. I've started this late in life and realized that my first 30 years of adulthood weren't nearly as satisfying as the last 5 years have been. And that is so true. And Alex, if you start now and you consume that motto, just the intent of that motto, if you consume it and let it just consume you, you're going to be so happy. You won't care if you got the latest and greatest car. You won't care about what's on TV as much as creating something. And that's my advice. Hopefully that is what you were looking for as far as advice. I did ramble quite a bit there, but margaritas are delicious. There's more people joining. I love this. What else? Who else has got questions? You got questions, I got answers. Well, I don't really have answers. Well, I try to have answers. Well, we're a community. But yeah, Alex, join the SB50 Cinematography Challenge on Facebook. And feel free to friend me on Facebook if you haven't already. If you have, I apologize. I have a lot of friends, and it's hard to keep up. But feel free to friend me on Facebook. I accept all friend requests. I'm not picky. I like people around me. Let's see here. Tony, Alex, take every opportunity that your passion brings you. Yeah, exactly. Your passion, if you let your passion consume you, then there's no wrong decision. Everything was driven by your passion, and it could just be that while that didn't work as well as I wanted it to be, but it's still better than doing something else. It's still better. Thank you so much, man. That's some of the best inspiration advice that anyone has given me over the last 9 years of making videos. I have sacrificed so much for my video career, and I wouldn't do anything to change it. Yeah, Alex, boom. You're creative. Welcome to the community. That's how creatives think. They love what they do. They see things that they want to do, and they work towards it. And that's what you should focus on. And life is going to happen. It's okay. I mean, I've known so many people that just randomly met someone, or just randomly ran across the perfect car, or randomly all these things, but they were chasing their passions. And so it just happened. It's great. And they're so happy. And, you just gotta enjoy life, because, life is ultimately pretty short. So like Bill Howard and I, we're late in life doing what we love. We're both fairly similar in our age and career paths, and there's nothing like it. I swear that my hair is actually growing back. I'm bald underneath here. I look in the mirror and I laugh in the mornings because I feel like hair is growing back. Now that I'm not, life hasn't consumed me. I've consumed life. It's awesome. Scott has very few friends, but a lot of paid actors. That's true. I'll send you a check in the mail there, Bill. Tony, never been happier. That's what I meant by taking every opportunity. Yeah, Tony, I don't think we've ever talked in detail about how far back your photography goes. Because Tony's a photographer. Tony's an amazing photographer. He does tours, and he's in galleries, really captures some beautiful stuff. Tony also has one of those eyes. Makes me jealous. But Tony, I think you've been doing photography for a long time, but have you been doing photography solely as photography the whole time, or did you switch? See, Bill Howard says, 19 years in automotive service management, and over a 6-week period, I quit and went full-time in photography. And you can ask Scott right now that I no longer worry about money or material. Yeah, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I worry about money. I worry about I worry about eating every month. I mean, this industry is feast or famine. So you're going to have a great couple of months, and then you're going to have a lousy couple of months. You're not going to feel bad about it. You may worry about money, but what happens is when things are slow, start doing things for yourself. Start shooting passion projects. Do things just for yourself. Inadvertently, no matter what, work will come in. It happens. It's the way it works. There you go, Alex. See, I told you. Let's see. Boom. More to go. There you go. Confirm. Boom. That's just you gotta be happy. Tony, are you on Facebook? Tony is on Facebook. Tony. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, I'm tooting Tony's horn and leaving Bill out of it. Bill is also an amazing photographer. He's a sports photographer as well as a landscape beauty photographer, and really really talented at it. He's I mean really everyone out here has got these amazing talents, and I'm not tooting anybody's horn. I just haven't thought of it like there's so much talent in this world, and honestly, if you want to solve world peace, oh man, I'll branch off onto that. So I heard this today, and it really, really hit me. It really made perfect sense. And the question was, find out why children are always happy. That was the question, and the answer is there. And the answer is because a child lives in the now. They're not worried about tomorrow. They're not worried about yesterday. They're not worried about 10 years ago. They're not worried about 10 years from now. They're not worried about what's happening next door. They're not worried about anything. They live right now. And they're happy because they're not being inundated with things that they have to worry about. And it made such good sense. If you can close yourself off to the things that want to tear you apart, like the news. The news is a horrible thing in my opinion nowadays, because all they want to do is get you watching, and so they give you all these stories that are horrible. But guess what? There's 10 times, 100,000 times more positive things happening in the world than what the news tells you. So make sure you live in the now, and let it just be, happiness. Okay, here comes Tony. I got into photography when I went to the USA for a holiday, then came back and went to work for the teacher of an evening course for evening 8 months to learn photography. I gave up photography when the digital cameras started. Okay, couldn't afford the cameras. Yep, got it. Started back in photography on New Year's Day 2016. Wow, okay. That is, so that a lot, the stuff that's hanging up in the galleries that was that stuff you had just recently taken after you started back up, or was that stuff from the past? What was that? That's, some of that stuff is just mind-blowingly beautiful. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Alex, that's called community. And that's what I do love about the creative community in general, is everybody's passionate about what they do, and they're happy about it. And happy people make happy friends. Happy friends are positive people in your life. They're not negative. They don't take away from you. They only give. And that's awesome. I didn't start to focus on fine art from then. Okay. Tony sent you a friend request on Facebook. Yep. You know that I have psych issues and can't always work with people. Being creative can happen no matter the disability. That's true. That you can, I know people very close to me that they do their best work when they just isolate themselves away from everybody, and they just start doing. I keep playing with this thing. They just start doing by themselves, and then I know people like myself who I springboard off of other people. So someone will say something to me, then someone else will say something to me. That plus that, it's not that plus that. It's that times that. All of a sudden, I'm like energized for my idea. And yeah, that's that positive people. Let's see here. Just for the 12 months before, I only show recent work. It has to be no older than 12 months. That's really, Tony. I had it in my mind that you had been doing photography for like 20 years and had just switched to digital at some point. And it's nice to see you're kind of following the same thing, where you followed a path and then you changed, and it's making you happier and that's all we need in life is just to be happy. Because happy, I keep saying like Bill Murray, which who was it? No, it was my friend Jeff Adams. Jeff, if y'all didn't see me on the Jeff Adams Production Pro Be Live, that was last week. Go find me on Jeff Adams' Facebook page, and you can see my interview there. But we were talking about the Bill Murray stories on Netflix. And, honestly, if you haven't seen that, you should go watch that. Because I don't want to give it away, but Bill Murray, if you know who he is, he actually has his normal life. He's just a normal guy, and he just wants to be normal, and he just wants you to be normal. And he actually does things that surprise everybody, but he just wants you to live in the now. Wow, that was a total wraparound. So he's like a child. He lives in the now, and that is so cool. So you should watch that. Alex is in Australia. Let's see. Tony says, "Can I tell you the happy story?" You can tell me the happy story. I'm all for conversation. I don't know why my nose is all stopped up, but it is. Let's see what's. Let's see here. Man, the broadcast is doing really well. I like this. I've been live streaming for technically almost 3 hours, but the first 30 minutes didn't count. Scott's excitement equals person A times person B plus margarita. You got to bracket. You got to bracket the. There's more to plus cigar bill. Yeah, the way that the formula works is person A times person B plus bracket or parentheses margarita plus cigar close parentheses. I like that. That is. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. Let's see here. I'd spent most of 2015 in psych hospitals, and then in November I wrote down a heading on a sheet of paper. If you could do something that would make you happy, what would it be? Ooh, Tony, do tell. Angela says, not the new math. I don't think that's new math. It's person times person plus margarita and cigar. It could also be scotch. It could be beer. Common Core, let's see. I thought for hours and hours and nothing else came to mind. Yeah. I can't wait until streaming technology catches up where there's not so much of a delay, so we can all be in more real time. So I put every cent I had into getting some camera gear. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P-E, yeah, that's right. Parentheses. What was E? E's not division. My is multiplication. D, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. There's more people joining. Say hello if you're joining in for the first time. I like to do I like to do live streams that Exponent. I missed one of your comments? Oh, there we go. In like 10 seconds, I wrote photography. Okay. And then he put, nothing else came to mind. He put every cent he had into getting some camera gear. but but your photography has turned into so much more now. And it's photography is, let's see, put it this way. If you're a, a painter or a drawing artist, photography is kind of like a pen, and video is like a paintbrush, and podcasting is like a sponge paint or watercolors. You're doing it all. It's like 10 seconds I wrote photography. So you knew exactly what it was. I mean, you had it there. You knew exactly what you wanted to do. You just needed to write it down and make it a priority. I get that. I get that. It's kind of the conversation that I had, I would say 4 or 5 years ago now, with just kind of sitting down with my wife and saying, I'm not happy. And it's not that I'm not happy with life. I'm just not happy. And it was my career. Never been back in hospital. That is awesome, Tony. That's you. I mean, you're good at it, and you've recognized. Well, you're good at it, and your passion has driven you towards showing it and sharing it, and that surrounds you with positive people, which invigorates your passion, which gets you back out there shooting more and more. It's passion, man. It's all about that. It's all about passion. Thank you so much for all this, man. I have to head off, but definitely be back around more. Alex, thank you for dropping by. Always a pleasure to meet new people. It is a small little community now. Maybe someday it'll be big, but I'll try not to forget. I'll remember circumstances. I'll tell you that one. Oh, there's Tyler. Tyler popped in. He's like, Tony does do a podcast. Oh, yeah. It's called The Enemy at Home. Actually, Tony, you're not bad at all at it. Actually, I mean, you have produced an entertaining. I mean, it's the subject is not meant to be entertaining, but you've kept it entertaining to listen, so people will listen to it, and that's important is to captivate your audience. You do it with photography, you do it with video, and you do it with your podcast. Good stuff. I just wonder how many TVs I'm just like sitting on right now. Just everyone's room. I mean, just the enemy at home, and it's about domestic violence. Yes, and it's very good. And he's getting very good, positive. Lots of people are listening to it. I think you should do a video podcast at some point there, Tony. It'd be cool to put out. Let's see here. How many of you have me on your TV, and how many of you are just watching on your computer in the background? It always cracks me up when people say, I've got you on my big TV. Tony, it'll block it. Yeah, I need to fix that. I was going to say, Tony, you could put the link in there and I'll approve it, but it won't take the links. That's kind of it's a setting that seems to be global on YouTube. I can't. It either allows it or it doesn't, and I don't want. I've had several people that have come through here and start broadcasting bad things on here. So, do you want to know the next project? Yes, I do. I do want to know the next project. Tell me the next project. Tell everyone the next project. Gerald says I'm on his tablet while I edit. Well, that's cool. You're on my phone right now. There's a lot of delay. Man, got good internet. That's good. It is on Apple Podcast. Oh, that's cool. That is something I'm going to have to figure out because I like the Apple Podcasts on here. And I guess Galaxy has them too, I hope. Because when I switch, I'm switching. No. Let's see, what else is going on? It is now 7 o'clock. So I can wind this thing down now if everyone is up for that. If you have any questions that you want me to answer before I wind it down, shoot them real quick or just say wait and then type in your question. Otherwise, I'm going to start to wind this one down. I've been going for 3 hours. And I love it. I just don't want to drag anything out if no one's interested. Doing a YouTube interview thing with artists. Oh, nice. Talking with Rode about using their new lav mic. Nice. I love interviews with artists. There's a few of those out there that I liked listening to. There's one called That Creative Space by Sarah Dietschy, where she goes and interviews creatives, and it's really good. It's fun to get into other people's mindsets because you might learn something on how they figured something out. I use Downcast, really like it. There's a couple that are really good though. Nice. Oh, you can get Apple Podcasts on Android? I didn't know that. Yeah, because when I switched from the Apple ecosphere, there's no point in having the iPhone, and I'll probably move to the Samsung Galaxy S10 is my guess, unless Bill Hertzing talks me out of the Galaxy. Then I don't know what I'll do. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions coming through, so thank you, everyone who have been on this podcast on the brain. Thank you, everyone who joined the live stream. I really do appreciate this community. It's not a sense of community; it's a community, and I really love each and every one of you for just taking time out of your day and just participating and being a part of everything. And it really helps me. It motivates me, and hopefully, it motivates others. And I just want to thank you all for doing that. And if you happen to be watching this later, and you are wondering about this channel, subscribe. Also, I do have a Patreon. If you want to support me that way, I do appreciate all my Patreon supporters. There's not very many, but I appreciate each and every one of them because it does help a little bit, puts a little food on my table every now and then. It buys a couple of ramen meals, but, it helps. But, yeah. So, as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.